Hi everyone, welcome to With Wisteria Tarot. Today's video is what do you need to release for the full moon in Sagittarius. This is a full moon about releasing any distractions or things that are not serving you, because Sagittarius is symbolized by an archer. So this is a really good time to redirect your focus and to go after your goals and dreams and just to be more focused. Like an archer shooting its arrow. So this is what the video will be like. Please meditate on the piles and please select from 1 through 4 and we'll get started. Hi pile 1, so thank you for clicking on this video. So this is what you need to release in the full moon in Sagittarius. So you got progressions, journey, gossip, the sun, page of cups, 8 of swords, the magician, and page of wands. So just right off the bat with the gossip card, and you can just see one thing that you do need to let go of is the fear of people talking about you. One of my favorite quotes is from Kanye, like, let the haters hate and let the money pile up. Haters are going to be everywhere. So it's just something that you need to strengthen, just to build thicker skin. They're never going to not be there. And actually, if they are there, it's a good sign you're on the right path. Another thing too is, like, if you're worried about what your family will say and things like that, it's also something you need to just realize that they have limitations and maybe they did not get the same opportunities or live the same life as you, so they can't understand, and that's not really your problem, but it's just a perspective shift that you need to not let the opinions of other people get in the way of progress, especially if you're starting something new. You might be embarrassed, you might make mistakes and things like that, and you might let them, like, when people see you make mistakes, you might let their words affect you too much, and then you won't progress in your future anymore. Sorry about that. But whatever it is, you need to develop like thicker skin and protection around you so that you continue on this journey. You want to make sure that you just, don't tell people about what you're doing. Keep it a secret. And then that way you can freely be able to do whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Maybe if you're used to telling people about your plans and stuff, you're going to stop doing that. And then once you start doing things in secret, you can really flourish and then be as creative as you want to be. And so if there's any connections that you can feel like telling them about your idea is not a good thing, that it would halt your progression, you shouldn't tell them. If you have to deal with them though, like you live with them and it's hard to hide it, you're just going to need to develop like a protection and a barrier around you, and just know that there's just words and judgment of other people, but you yourself are just super creative and super fun, and that it shouldn't stop you from shining. So like if you just separate these 3 cards, like this is more of how I see the pile, is that you're going to be growing and progressing, and so this thing is going to be normal for you to experience, but over time it's going to be a lot more worth it. So these people won't even matter at the end of the day. So yeah, pile 1, that is the message for you. Just remember that you have a lot of energy and fun and creativity, and you need to showcase that. So don't let these people affect you. All right, thank you, pile 1. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hi, pile 2. Thank you for clicking onto this video. This video is about what do you need to release in this full moon in Sagittarius. So the first card is Gemini, cross-pollinate, vitality, Knight of Water, Queen of Water, the Tower, the Devil, and the 3 of Fire. So one message that is coming through is, I'm not sure if you have parents and you are constantly seeking their approval. One thing you need to know about that is that, you know, your parents did really want to help you and let you thrive and, you know, take care of you, but there is something about, you know, this life is yours and the journey you have is yours, and that you don't need to carry the weight of their expectations or everything for the rest of your life. Ultimately, at one point, you know, when you stand at the end of life, it's going to be you and your decisions. So you'll know if that resonates with you. There's another group of you, though, that there is a message around coupling. So there's just a lot of pairs. And so if you have a partner or you work with a partner, you're in a relationship and you're trying to build something together, there is a message that if you don't currently have that, be open to that. Because, like, let's say you do everything by yourself, it can get very heavy and lonely road on this journey. It would be more enjoyable and easier if you had a partner. Easier said than done, though, I get it, because sometimes it is hard to find a partner. But that's if you are always by yourself. So if someone's willing to help you or anything in life, just be open to it. It might be easier for you to get to the journey if you asked for help. I think people are really willing to help you if you reached out and asked. I think there's a lot of people around you who do care and love about you, and you don't have to carry this by yourself. Going back to the pile or the group who had the parents combo, maybe you're afraid your parents won't accept you. I'm getting the message that they will. So you don't have to worry about that. Another message I'm getting is, if you are in a partnership, is to make sure that you continue to, like, carry your weight. I think you both are very equal in this, and that the more you work and the more they work, you guys kind of feed off of each other and continue to grow. So if you're in a relationship right now, this relationship is going towards a lot of success, I see, and that even if you go through your trials together, it'll work out. So this message was a little all over the place. I just got a few different groups of people here. But all in all, if there is someone else that you're working with or someone you want to discuss this with, they will be open to helping you. And there will be a lot of success, and it'll be really rewarding in the end. And it'll be easier if you have someone to help you through this, whether it is your partner, your friend, or your parents. All right, Pile 2, that's all that I'm getting for you. I hope this message helped in some sort of way. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hi, Pile 3. Thank you for clicking onto this video. So you got Venus, Beloved, Abundance, the Lovers, 5 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Chariot, 7 of Cups, Death, and the Knight of Pentacles. So for your message, it's very niche. This is for people who are in relationships. If you've been wanting to walk away or anything like that, the message that I'm getting is that there is abundance to be had and a lot of growth. There is a lot of love, and if you focus on that part of it, you guys would flourish together. There is like a message, if there's like something you're sad about, you know, being sad about it isn't going to help. In fact, it will stall the progress in your relationships. And there's also a message that if you think it might be greener elsewhere, it may not necessarily be greener. You know, the grass is green where you water it. So relationships are hard and they take time and effort. The advice that was given was the Knight of Pentacles, and that is about steady progress and continually investing in something, working diligently at it. So if there is like a connection you've been wanting to let go of, the message is actually to let go of your mindset about that it would be easier if you did not have this person. I think if you stuck it out with this person, there is a lot of growth to be had. I think you both really love each other. Like the cards on this half right here are all about progress and success and love and abundance. And then there's like a second half of the reading where it's like sad and all these things. And it might not actually give you what you want in the end. It's kind of like when people divorce and then they realize that it wasn't that much better and that they kind of regret the decision. You just need to know that, relationships are hard work and they take time. I'm not too sure why you would be in this emotion at this time. However, you will know if it's for you, because I'm assuming that there must have been something that made you sad, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker. Obviously, if you're in a toxic relationship, this message is not for you. This is like a partnership and you guys had like a little bit of a hiccup. And like a part of you is like, oh, maybe I should date someone else, but I'm not really getting that. I'm actually seeing that what you have right now in this relationship is going to be very successful. And if you guys just focus on what makes you guys happy and what you guys are good at and what you guys provide, it will actually be really beneficial. I think this full moon in Sagittarius, that once you guys get on the same page, you guys will be very unstoppable together. A lot of a lot of marriages should be almost treated like businesses. I shouldn't have said should, but it's more like, what are you guys trying to create together? And once you guys start focusing on that, like these little stuff is not going to matter, because you guys know like the end result is going to be so much more worth it. But that's only if you're in a good relationship already. So if this is not an excuse for people who are a little delusional in some toxic situationship. But you will know if this message resonated for you. So thank you, Pile 3. I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Thank you for clicking onto this video. This video is what do you need to release for the full moon in Sagittarius. So you got the 6th house, insight, fulfillment, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, Temperance, 3 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and Knight of Cups. So the message that I'm getting for you is that if you're used to pursuing all your goals based on your passion and energy, there is something where you need to learn to ground that. You need to start being a little bit more methodical about your goals and your dreams, and be a little bit more slow and grounded about it. It's like sometimes when you have a lot of energy or a lot of passion, it fizzles out really quickly, kind of like the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise actually finishes the race even though he was really slow, but the hare never finished because it just kept running around and wasted its energy. Although it had a lot of potential to win, the potential never became anything. So you really need to plan out what it is that you really want to reach. So with like a Sagittarius, it's an archer. So if we continue with that metaphor, it's like, what do you want to be your target? And you want to make methodical steps towards that target. Like let's say you have a target, rather than just trying to like shoot as many arrows as possible and hoping you get it, you want to practice in a very precise manner. You know, maybe you'll start shooting arrows at 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, all in a straight line towards that direction of the target. And then over time, you're able to hit that target rather than just blasting a bunch of arrows out or just being super passionate and trying to just shoot for it. And then none of those arrows actually land. If you meditate, this would be a good thing to start practicing. You just want to make sure you're grounded. You know, like with this tree, like you see how it's like a big, thick tree and it's full of wisdom and fruitful. You know, it takes time. And, you know, you might get like a tree doesn't grow just because you plant it and then you just pour a ton of water and you pour a ton of sunlight all at one go. It doesn't grow like that. It's like a little bit of water, a little bit of sun every single day, and then it becomes like this. So your message is that whatever it is that you need to be, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you have to be slow and methodical about it. And that actually your passions would get in the way of it, where one day you might do a lot of effort into it and then you won't touch it again for another few weeks. Like, that's not what you want to do. You want to do a little bit of something every single day until you get to it. And it will actually help you build more joy doing it because it just be like a part of like your routine. So you'll just start romanticizing your routine more so than like waiting for your passion or your energy to really push you forward. You're going to be a lot more patient with yourself and with this idea. You're going to be a lot more moderate too. Yeah, it's like you're being a little bit more wise about this pursuit than you typically have been. It's almost like a kid, you know, like they just like run around and they tire themselves out, which is really cute and really like fun to watch, but it doesn't actually achieve the end goal. So yeah, that is the message I got for you, Pal 4. I hope this message was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, please check out my Etsy. Thank you. Bye.